You Damn Duck was an unemployed man with no special talents, barely getting by, living from one interview to the next just to survive. One day, in a fit of anger, he looked up at the sky to vent his frustration at the gods, and as a result, he was struck by lightning and knocked unconscious. When he woke up, a status window was floating before his eyes, informing him that he had been hired as a part-timer for the gods. You Damn Duck's life had always been a series of misfortunes and uncertainties. He was in the middle of a strange interview where the cold-hearted examiner asked about water filtration mechanisms. You Damn Duck quickly replied that he would use the company's own filter. But before he could finish, he was cut off by the next question about his motivation for applying, which made his face freeze as he had no legitimate reason whatsoever. And then the interviewer looked straight at him and mercilessly uttered, "Aren't you ashamed of yourself?" The entire room suddenly fell silent. You Damn Duck was bewildered, his face full of question marks, not expecting that guy to say such a thing. The man tapped his fingers on the table, his intention being, with an expression of utter contempt, he once again mocked him, asking why someone like You Damn Duck, with no talent whatsoever, would apply to such a large corporation. Even though they had posted a job opening, these guys were now ridiculing the applicants. You Damn Duck's hands clenched his pants. He was also tired of this damn talent thing. Already, after the existence of dungeons was announced, the hidden potential within each person was revealed. People called it talent, and with it, civilization developed to its peak. Many believed talent was a blessing for humanity, and our protagonist once believed that too, until he realized he didn't have a single shred of talent. Returning to the present, the interviewers kept mocking him, a talentless person unfit for their company. You Damn Duck let out a sigh at the unethical words of those arrogant men. He wasn't going to take it anymore. If they weren't going to hire him, then he didn't give a damn. You Damn Duck exposed the hypocrisy of the guys who were spouting discriminatory words against the less talented. As if hit a raw nerve, the interviewer was immediately speechless. You Damn Duck was sick of their attitude of acting like kings just because they had talent, treating others like slaves. After he called them out, they all started lecturing him, which was incredibly annoying. They called his behavior low class, but didn't look at themselves. You Damn Duck was not the type to be easily bullied. He frankly spoke the minds of the talentless. We all want to be treated with courtesy. Everyone has their own pride. You Damn Duck demanded an apology. Upon hearing this, the arrogant men burst into crazed laughter. They didn't see their own fault and instead demanded to throw him out and make him apologize. Seeing their haughty expressions, You Damn Duck slowly stood up, giving them one more chance. But the result was the same. At this point, You Damn Duck played his trump card. He had recorded the entire conversation. Holding it in his hand, You Damn Duck smirked as he exposed their wrongdoings, such as discriminating against the less talented and posting a misleading job announcement. Gone was his earlier haughty expression. The interviewer now looked scared and tried to make the absurd excuse that he just wanted to liven up the dull atmosphere. But after enduring so much ridicule, there was no way he would let it go so easily. You Damn Duck resolutely turned to leave, despite them trying to hold him back to apologize. One guy offered an apology, but You Damn Duck forcefully shoved away the filthy hand that was reaching for him. He sternly reminded them of what they had said earlier, asking if they would dare say the same thing before the Human Rights Commission. All three of them froze on the spot, their careers as good as gone because of their own terrible attitudes. The sky today was as clear and blue as ever. But it seemed our You Damn Duck was still furious about what had just happened. I may not have talent, but I've got the ability to be cunning, you bastards. You Damn Duck's report had now been sent to the Human Rights Commission. He continued to complain about the nonsense he called talent when suddenly a sound was heard. Oh my God, what a hopelessly unlucky protagonist. You Damn Duck hadn't even cooled down from his earlier anger, and now he had stepped on chewing gum. He stomped his foot repeatedly, cursing the person who chewed the gum for not having the decency to wrap it in paper before throwing it away. You could give You Damn Duck the title of the year's unluckiest protagonist. After two disasters, now came the third, getting water splashed right in his face. The men watering the plants on the roadside scratched their heads and apologized for their carelessness. But You Damn Duck was so used to his bad luck that he just stood there, dazed like a soulless person. He stared blankly up at the deep, vast sky. The sweltering summer sun today was suddenly hotter than usual, and the sky quickly turned to evening. You Damn Duck finally returned to his room after 77 49 ordeals. He stood blankly before the window. Exhausted, he slumped down only to see a pile of filth thrown out the window by some drunken whores. What could he do but accept his unlucky fate? You damn duck cleaned up while talking to his mother on the phone. He sat down, cheerfully pretending he was fine, and was asking if the hospital food was okay when his mother started blaming herself for making him struggle constantly. For her sake, his mother thought that if they paid back all the money you damn duck had borrowed, the audience doesn't know from whom, only that you damn duck dislikes this person. He angrily yelled at his mother not to mention his name. It turned out to be you damn duck's uncle, but he still hated him because he didn't pay it all back from the start and instead fled abroad. Then you damn duck calmed down, said he wasn't angry, and apologized to his mother for raising his voice. After that, he reassured his mother that he was fine, but in reality, he was struggling greatly. Sitting in the middle of the empty room, he comforted his mother, saying everything was going smoothly and promised to see her later. After hanging up, you damn duck left the room and went outside with a face full of conflicting emotions. He opened a pack of cigarettes. Perhaps only this could ease his sorrow now. However, it was as if the heavens wanted to take away his last lifeline. Even the cigarette right at his lips was extinguished by the rain. Just moments ago, the sun had been shining brightly, but the moment you damn duck was about to light his cigarette, it started pouring. He felt as if the whole world was mocking him. In a fit of rage, you damn duck threw away the lighter. He angrily looked up at the sky and expressed his resentment because his life was already miserable enough. Then, in a continuous outburst, you damn duck kept cursing the old man upstairs because he didn't care whether gods were real or not. His fist, filled with all his sorrow, slammed onto the ground. He didn't want to live like this, and he didn't deserve to go through it. You damn duck's tears mixed with the raindrops. He wanted someone to be held responsible. Perhaps his rage reached the heavens as a huge clap of thunder and lightning appeared right before you damn duck's eyes. But now, he wasn't afraid of anyone anymore. He raised his middle finger in a friendly, defiant greeting. Fuck you, what are you gonna do? Just kill me already. Just as he vented his anger, you damn duck's face began to glow miraculously. And without a doubt, a huge bolt of lightning struck our unlucky protagonist directly. He immediately felt death approaching, a truly pointless death. Lying in the courtyard with the electric current still flowing through him, he worried about his mother. If he died, he didn't know what would happen to her. But if the protagonist dies this early, there won't be a good story to watch. His consciousness gradually and vaguely returned. You damn duck felt like he had just come back from the dead, not knowing who or where he was. Sprawled out in the courtyard, he still couldn't believe he was alive. The sky was still clear and blue, the only difference being the sudden appearance of a familiar-looking system. You damn duck stared up at it, dumbfounded, bewildered, and flabbergasted, wondering what the hell this was. On it, a line of text appeared as a job announcement. The gods are waiting for you. Outside, the rain still fell, drop by drop. The window in you damn duck's room was still ajar. He sat in the empty room, his mind in a daze, wondering if gods really existed. His phone screen was completely shattered after the lightning strike. You damn duck didn't deny the existence of gods, but he didn't accept their existence either. Looking at his hands, he was even more astonished because normally anyone who took a lightning strike like that would surely be dead, but here he was alive and kicking without even a scratch. Besides that, there's also this annoying system thing in front of his eyes, constantly displaying this recruitment message. You damn duck muttered to himself that it looked just like the status windows that gifted people see. An idea flashed in his mind. He thought he was now in a new position, granted some kind of gift after that lightning strike. Thinking this, he decided to test it right away. You damn duck cleared his throat and called out status window, though he didn't know if it was one. And of course, it wasn't a status window at all, so there was no reaction whatsoever. You damn duck realized that as well. Then he thought it looked more like a job recruitment. Notice, as soon as he finished his thought, the system emitted a strange blue light. From one, it evolved into dozens. It looked like he had been transported to another planet. The systems were so numerous, they lit up the entire room. You damn duck realized it really was a part-time job announcement. He opened his mouth and smiled, lamenting that his life, in the end, still revolved around part-time jobs. After laughing, you damn duck sighed again, helpless against his ironic life. After thinking about it seriously, he realized he had nothing left to lose, so if an opportunity arose, he should just go for it. You Damn Duck looked at the system and saw it was divided into detailed sections. He randomly selected an OK button. Immediately, the blue color turned to a red warning, informing you Damn Duck of his lack of divine power. He was bewildered, having no idea what the hell divine power was. The system then provided an explanation. Is an energy used by deities. After reading it, you Damn Duck sighed. How could a mere mortal like him have something like that, when he didn't even have a talent? Then you Damn Duck fell into deep thought because it showed no signs of danger. He thought this could be the thing that would change his life. Lowering his hand, you Damn Duck showed his determination to try. He thought it was like a job search app. He touched the system. The words searching for part-time jobs appeared. After searching for a moment, he saw the words, no divine power required, which made his eyes light up. It was for the construction of the Midgard dungeon. No divine power required. You Damn Duck quickly selected it. Immediately, information about the job appeared. Recruited by Thor, the job was to gather manpower to build a dungeon, as long as one could do manual labor and work. With vision, hearing the two words dungeon, you Damn Duck immediately imagined a scene where monsters were everywhere. He covered his gaping mouth, unable to believe his eyes about a dungeon created by the gods. But putting that aside, you Damn Duck noticed the salary for this job was 12 Thor coins. Looking at it, he didn't know if it could be converted into human currency. But thinking that a god is a supreme king, he bet that a god's money would also have high value. So you Damn Duck immediately pressed the accept button. He decided to go all in. A great light from the system also enveloped him at this moment. That light shot straight up into the sky, eventually piercing through a large tree. You Damn Duck was brought here in a rough manner, his feet touching the ground while he was still disoriented. His whole body, just freshly cleaned and fragrant, was now filthy and confused. Standing before the strange scenery, you Damn Duck didn't know what had just happened. He thought he was dreaming because he had never seen this place before. Still thinking it was a lucid dream, you Damn Duck didn't notice a creature lurking behind him. It sped up and lunged towards him. Hearing the noise, you Damn Duck glanced back. At that moment, its teeth were about to close in on his face. Faced with this hideous creature, you Damn Duck closed his eyes as if accepting his fate. Suddenly, a huge hand stopped it in time, preventing it from harming him. You Damn Duck was once again astonished to see another person appear. With a muscular build and rippling abs, he easily subdued the creature as if it were a mosquito. Then his eyes turned to you Damn Duck. He recognized him as the new employee at first glance, but faced with his massive figure, you Damn Duck couldn't help but be terrified. It turned out this was Thor, the Norse god of thunder and son of Odin. A light pat on the shoulder from Thor as a greeting startled you Damn Duck. Then he carried the tiny you Damn Duck to the worksite. Only now did you Damn Duck get a good look at the god Thor, a massive, muscular body with a long beard. He also recognized the hammer Mjolnir hanging at his hip. Only then did he believe that this was the real deal, Thor himself. Then Thor started a conversation, stating for sure that he was a deity from Asia based on his appearance. You Damn Duck's eyes widened, not expecting him to actually think he was a god. Then he noticed two other gods. There wasn't a single human here. You Damn Duck suddenly realized he was the only human here, so he decided to risk it. He claimed to be a god from a small mountain. Thor got excited, laughed, and grabbed you Damn Duck's hair in a friendly manner, thinking he was a mountain god who helped people in need. But then Thor suddenly noticed his clothes, thinking he was too immersed in human culture. You Damn Duck immediately panicked, not knowing how to explain. Then he laughed loudly and made an excuse that he often came down the mountain to learn more about human needs. Thor believed him and then asked if he could do the work. He grinned slyly, saying his job was to create a place that would make humans suffer. You Damn Duck forced a smile and admitted he could do it. Then he asked if he knew about the labyrinth of the Minotaur, the half-man, half-bull monster from Greek mythology. You Damn Duck replied that he did. Hearing this, Thor gave a mysterious smile, which confused you Damn Duck. Suddenly, some kind of light appeared, catching his attention. A powerful golden light enveloped the area as birds took flight. The two of them were now standing before a maze, the idea for this dungeon. And you Damn Duck would have to build the maze with the gods. You Damn Duck looked up in awe. It's amazing. Just then, a guard came over and called to him, "Hey, new guy, get over here. We've got work over here." Hearing this, you Damn Duck followed, "Yes, I'm coming." From inside, an announcement echoed, "Sector E6, need cart support." 3 demons gathered nearby replied, "Coming." Meanwhile, the new guy was crawling out of a Pit. As you damn duck was eating with his colleagues, a voice called from outside, Sector E1, need manpower support. He hastily replied, causing food to spray from his mouth. Ha, I'm Onyenji. The guard was about to continue his announcement, Sector C2, when you damn duck appeared out of nowhere with a creepy smile that I'm here. He scared the guard so much he screamed and wet his pants. Seeing him turn to leave, the guard reminded him, working hard, huh? Hey, be careful. Don't fall into any of the pits or ditches over there. You damn duck slung the pole over his shoulder, turned his head and grinned. If I fall, make sure you save me. He walked to the work area and saw the bald demon with his hands on his hips, looking at the crates and muttering, all right, this should work. You damn duck put down his crate and looked over, asking, are we done? He turned back and praised him. Yeah, good job. How do you feel? He punched his own shoulder and smiled brightly. It's just simple manual labor. Anyway, the bald demon led the way. Looks like we're done here. Let's go to the cart and rest for a bit. We'll use it to get to the next location. You damn duck follow behind, curiously looking around. As they sat on the cart, he suddenly asked, are all Asian gods as enthusiastic as you? You damn duck hesitated before asking back, doesn't it depend on their personality? The bald demon didn't hold back his praise. There have been a lot of compliments about you everywhere. You damn duck scratched his head and laughed shyly. Really? That's embarrassing. But inside, he was ecstatic. See that? That's me, you damn duck, with 200% social skills. You damn duck looked at the bald demon with an affectionate gaze, praising himself. Does this count as a talent? Socializing with the gods here will be beneficial for me. The cart stopped. He turned around and waved, signaling, get off, we have to walk from here. The bald demon patted the cart-pulling dog's belly and said something strange. The traps we deliberately set will be completely useless if we let this foolish thing work. You damn duck, who had just gotten off the cart, heard this, traps. As he struggled to carry the crate, the demon turned his head and reminded him, watch carefully where you're about to step. The bald demon pointed to a sigil on the ground. See, that's the sign of a trap. You always have to watch them carefully. He stood with his hands on his hips, pointing to the trap spots here and here too. Oh, and that one over there. You damn duck couldn't help but exclaim, wow, you almost got me. The bald demon turned back, puzzled. Is this the first time you've seen them? Consider this experience as a lesson for you. He carried a crate while chatting with you damn duck. You know, the higher class gods need trials for humans. Low class gods like us don't have such things, which forces us to do these jobs to make a living. The bald demon chatted cheerfully. Dungeons have to be built continuously, creating an infinite amount of work for us. Struggling with his crate, he asked back, infinite. The demon turned his head and pointed to a room where a group of people had just exited. That room just started construction a few minutes ago, and it's probably done by now. Go take a look. You damn duck walked in, and his jaw dropped. He couldn't believe his eyes. A stone room of this size was built in a few minutes. He thought for a moment in bewilderment that it's so spacious. What did they use to build something this big? You damn duck put the crate down as the bald demon reminded him, leave it here. He used a knife to pry open the crate. This will make this place worthy of a god's trial. You damn duck tapped the object in the box a few times, a round stone. The bald demon explained, it might look like an ordinary stone, but spiders will spawn from it. He gestured toward the series of eggs. By the time they hatch, this dungeon will surely be quite troublesome. Hearing this, he became bewildered. You damn duck curiously peeked into a nearby crate. What is this monster? A monster that was half lizard, half human was tied up inside that crate. He didn't know what it was. It's a lizard man. You damn duck reached out to touch it. Interesting. Why is this part transparent? Seeing his meddling, the bald demon immediately warned him. Hey, be careful. Its formation isn't complete yet, and that's its weak spot. You damn duck scratched his head and gave a forced laugh. Oh, I didn't know. He gently reminded him, let it rest there. We have to go to the next room. The bald demon pushed open a door and introduced, this is a hidden goblin camp. He curiously looked inside. As he walked, he explained further, when humans reach this place, it means they are close to the final destination. You damn duck, walking behind, couldn't help but exclaim, it's so cold in here. Suddenly, something made him stop. A monster with a human-like body and a shaggy head was hiding inside. Its whole body was green, with a long nose. The monster's eyes snapped open, staring outside. It lunged out, sticking out its long, dangling tongue, scaring you damn duck so much his eyes bulged and he almost wet his pants. After scaring him, it stood there laughing gleefully, leaving you damn duck petrified, still unable to recover. The bald demon clutched his stomach, laughing his head off, surprised. Don't worry, it's just playing around. Being teased, you damn duck's balls turned red with anger. Looking at the monster grinning in its cave, he explained further, but when the dungeon is completed, it's a different story. These guys are very smart and cunning, so confronting them is quite difficult. You damn duck's face looked like a soaked piece of shit. It took him a while to reply, yes, that's right. The two stopped in front of a giant door with a bull's head on it, and this is the end of the maze. His eyes widened as he looked up, meaning this place is... The bald demon pointed upwards and introduced. That's right, this place is for... The huge bull's head loomed there, as if watching them, the boss. God Thor opened the door and came out, greeting cheerfully, "Hey, mountain god." He clasped his hand behind his back, smiled, and asked, "I've heard a lot of praise about you. How's the work going?" Both of them bowed in respect. You damn duck replied softly, "It's good, thanks to your kindness and care." Thor stroked his beard and praised, A well-spoken person knows how to make things more formal. I like that. The bald demon gestured forward and reported, "Yes, we're on the final step." Hearing this, he smiled happily. Good, very good. Thor pulled out a giant hammer with a red ruby on the pommel. Well then, he smiled and raised the hammer. Should we let the low-class gods clock out? Seeing this, you damn duck's face turned pale, and he stammered, unable to speak. Wait a minute, what's with the hammer? Thor laughed heartily and praised him one last time. Good job, mountain god. Next time we meet, remember to give me some advice on Asian-style dungeons. Goodbye. A piercing scream echoed through the space. You damn duck lay sprawled out, clutching his heart and groaning. Damn it, that's a hell of a way to let someone clock out. For a second, I thought he was punishing me for lying about being a god. You damn duck raised his hand, looked at it, and then laughed out loud. But all of this is real. He put his arm over his forehead, his eyes shining brightly. It's not a dream or a hallucination, but a real awakening. You damn duck shot up, screaming like a madman. I finally awakened. The god's notification system appeared. You damn duck, your salary has been sent. Would you like to check it? His face turned as pale as a frog's ass when he saw the words on the system screen. Salary. You damn duck's hand trembled as he pressed the button on the screen. Well, let's give it a look. The text on the system changed. Loading the god's shop. Loading. He widened his eyes in surprise. Damn it, what the hell is this? The first thing to appear was the spear of the almighty god, Odin. Special feature, always hits the target. The second was a piece of armor made from a pile of fur, with 3 fangs in the middle, Nemean lion armor, capable of nullifying all physical attacks. The third item, a gold necklace with a red gem in the center that looked like an eye, Freya's necklace, feature, allows for spatial travel. Looking at the items appearing on the system panel, you damn duck could guess, this must be the shop for the gods. The next item appeared, a card with a black silhouette surrounded by lightning bolts, power of the Thunder Rabbit. The cards containing the remaining powers appeared one by one. Power of Hephaestus's flame. Power of Ares' destruction. He asked himself, what if I could buy all of these? Just the thought of it made you damn duck imagine himself being hailed by everyone. Could he really become a god in a human body? The more he imagined it, the more worked up he got, and the fan blowing on him only intensified the rush. You damn duck reached out and turned off the fan. He rubbed his wrist and smiled confidently. My life is going to change from now on. Before long, his face deflated like a soaked turd. Not enough money. You damn duck sighed in frustration. That's right. Looking at the bright red system notification panel, you damn duck now realized the truth of life. The cheapest item was already $70K though, way too expensive. He listlessly propped his chin on his hand and scrolled through the system panel. How can I buy anything with this? Suddenly, you damn duck scrolled to a certain item. He shot up, his eyes wide as he stared. Talent. You damn duck grabbed his hair and stared intently at the system panel, his whole body trembling, drool dripping down. They sell talent, so all I have to do is buy them, right? This is absolutely perfect for someone like me, right? He bit his nails, pondering. More importantly, the price. The system panel then displayed the item's price. SS rank talent, 12 though. Seeing this, you damn duck's eyes bulged out as if he wanted to crawl right into the system panel. 12 though. Those other things were 70K though, but a talent is only 12 though. The system panel then displayed a long scroll of text. The best god one day, you still want to sell this. Who would want to buy something immortal uses, holy toe, right? Sorry, seller, please post some new authorities. What gods want to buy are authorities, not talents. After reading for a moment, he sighed sorrowfully. It's because no one buys it. Suddenly, you damn duck yelled out, his face pressed against the system screen. This is ridiculous. This is SS rank, SS rank. Exactly what I need. He selected a talent. Let's see, here it is. SS rank, swordsmanship talent. You damn duck stroked his chin with a satisfied smile. Come to think of it, I really liked swords when I was a kid. Smoke puffed from his nostrils like a steam train. You damn duck resolutely pressed the button on the screen. No more thinking. Bye. A stream of light enveloped him. The system notification displayed. You have successfully purchased the SS rank swordsmanship talent. You damn duck looked at his hands in bewilderment and wondered, is it effective? He clenched his fist and said to himself arrogantly, I suffered so much with just an F rank talent. Now it's so easy for me to get an SS rank. The system displayed a chest full of gold coins. Congratulations, you have successfully purchased your first item. 1+1 event. Special for today, we will give you a gift of the same rank as the item you purchased. Reading this notification, you damn duck covered his mouth, his eyes welling up with tears as if he'd just been proposed to. Another SS rank? Oh my god. He muttered to himself. Now let's see. Without much thought, he immediately selected the SS rank combat talent. I'll choose this one. You damn duck jumped up and down, shouting, now I can use both. Suddenly, his vision blurred and his body swayed. The world was spinning before you damn duck's eyes. As he was about to fall, he reached out, trying to grab onto something. You damn duck's entire body collapsed onto the floor. What's happening? His face contorted in pain. Try to endure it. My whole body hurts so much. You damn duck lay collapsed on the floor, gritting his teeth. A system notification appeared, adjusting your body's strength to correspond with your talent. His hand trembled violently, veins gradually becoming prominent. Enhancing respiratory system. It spread up his face in a terrifying manner. Enhancing muscular strength. You damn duck's vision gradually darkened, with only the system's voice echoing in his ear. You have successfully enhanced your body's strength. You have succeeded. You have. In a daze, you damn duck seemed to see his mother in front of him. Son, he vaguely called out, Mom. You damn duck's mother's hand gently reached down as if to caress his face. I'm sorry, my son. I'm sorry that having a sick mother has made you endure such hardships. He hurriedly stopped his mother's words. Mom, don't say that anymore. It's okay now. I have talent now. Wait. A voice rang out as if to remind you damn duck, you can't possibly get everything that easily. You damn duck's face was listless, his mouth muttering incoherently, talent. He slowly sat up, gently massaging his neck and shoulders. Ugh, damn it, my head. When did I fall asleep? I think I saw Mom in my dream. After talking to himself for a moment, you damn duck suddenly realized something. Wait, was it all just a dream? He hurriedly called out, status window. The system immediately displayed you damn duck's information. Name, you damn duck. Occupation, lowest rank god. Talent, SS rank swordsmanship talent, SS rank combat talent. You damn duck read it carefully and then realized lowest rank god. So is that why I can work in the dungeon? He leaned back against the wall and let out a satisfied sigh. A talentless person like me becoming a god. Life really does have its compensations. You damn duck took out his shattered phone to see who was calling. It was his mom. He answered cheerfully, Mom, I have good news. Before he could boast about anything, you damn duck received a confusing message from his mother. Damn duck, don't come to the hospital today. He asked curiously, did something happen, Mom? You damn duck's mother didn't answer, but just repeated herself. Just listen to me and don't come, okay? Don't worry about me. You damn duck didn't give up and asked again, why? Why don't you want me to come? But this time, someone else answered him. Hello, is this the guardian of Ms. Cho Yua? You damn duck didn't understand what was going on, but still answered politely, yes, this is he. The person on the other end of the line continued, we are in a bad situation, so I can't give you the details. There are signs of a dungeon appearing near the hospital. He was shocked as he heard every word being uttered. The person on the other side didn't seem to notice his reaction. We are informing you, but we can't say anything for sure about the patient. The phone was tossed aside in the room, the voice from the other end still echoing steadily. From now until the situation improves, no one is allowed to visit patients. The person on the other end didn't get a reply from you damn duck and was confused. Hello, sir. IU Damn Duck frantically rushed out of the house like a madman. Mom, no. Sweat poured down IU Damn Duck's face. The only thing on his mind right now was his mother. Mom. At the scene, thunder rumbled and lightning flashed. Helicopters whirred in the sky. A reporter was urgently reporting. I am now at the scene. As you can see, there are signs of an impending dungeon break on every street corner. A soldier from the army held a megaphone and shouted, warning everyone, "This is a restricted area. Everyone, please step back." The car screeched to a halt near the bend. IU Damn Duck hurriedly got out, looking around anxiously. He saw a soldier in the distance standing on the roof of a bus, holding a megaphone and saying something, while the people around were still laughing and talking, leisurely as if nothing was wrong. IU Damn Duck was bewildered, not understanding what was happening. What is all this? Just then, the system popped up again. Skill. Combat focus has been activated. Suddenly, he could hear the warning from the distant soldier. Step back. At the same time, IU Damn Duck's vision became clearer. He could clearly see the face of the soldier making the announcement, even from far away. Step back immediately. This is a restricted area. IU Damn Duck realized with a start, I can see the man's details from a distance. Voices from an unknown source echoed around him. Did you hear the government is gathering all the hunters in the city? It was the conversation of two soldiers far in the distance. Do you think there's an 8-star hunter here? The person next to him replied, I heard there is. They said that this is when a rather dangerous dungeon appears. IU Damn Duck felt surrounded by the whispers around him. What if something bad happens? Hey, take a picture of me to post. I don't think anything bad will happen. Okay, I get it. Let me go. Please tell us what's going on. IU Damn Duck clutched his head, full of doubt. What? This is a skill. Is it because of the talent I just bought? But he quickly remembered his purpose for coming here. This is no time for thinking. I have to get into the hospital. IU Damn Duck tried to push his way through, approaching the soldier. Excuse me, my family is in there. I have to go in. The soldier immediately refused. No, there are signs of a labyrinth in this dungeon, so we can't let you. Go in. He was stunned to hear these words. A labyrinth? The sky at that moment looked like it was about to crack open. Something happened that made both the soldier and IU Damn Duck look in one direction in shock. A terrifying blast of power shot down from the sky. Straight down. The people around scattered like a disturbed beehive, pushing and shoving to get away from the spot. Ugh, get out of the way. IU Damn Duck gritted his teeth, trying to brace himself. Piercing screams like women in labor echoed all around. After some time had passed, he gradually woke up. The area around IU Damn Duck was now in ruins. He sat up in pain, still not recovered from the earlier horror. What the hell is going on? Suddenly, IU Damn Duck froze. Before his eyes appeared a giant, pitch-black mass amidst the dust and debris. IU Damn Duck vaguely felt that the thing was very familiar. Wait, maybe that's... That black mass gradually became clearer. It was a spatial gate that looked like a giant eye. No way. He realized with bewilderment, the dungeon that I built? At the castle construction site, IU Damn Duck, carrying an axe, stood with his hands on his hips, looking around. Damn it, now I like seeing it like this. It's quite magnificent, isn't it? He let out a sigh. It's just that I didn't realize it until now. Suddenly, IU Damn Duck became panicked. Now what's happening? He remembered seeing the giant spatial gate when I saw it here. IU Damn Duck wondered in bewilderment, why is that thing here? He was startled when he saw a man fall right next to him. IU Damn Duck quickly helped him up and put the man's arm over his shoulder. Sir, are you okay? The man didn't answer his question, but instead warned, we have to evacuate immediately. IU Damn Duck seemed to sense something behind him and quickly pushed the man away. A flash of light shot past between the two of them. IU Damn Duck fell onto the road. He was stunned to see a sword pinned to the wall. A sword. A painful groan made IU Damn Duck startle and look over. A thin man lay on the ground, his whole body trembling violently. The man managed to force out the words, run. The lizard men had caught up to them. It stomped on the man, to IU Damn Duck's horror. He watched the lead lizard man raise its sword high, signaling for the ones behind it to charge. Lizard men? Seeing this, the military commander immediately gave an order. Lizard men have appeared on the main road. Open fire. The lizard men, as if deaf to the gunfire, charged forward despite the hail of bullets. Piercing screams echoed all around. IU Damn Duck hid behind an overturned car, watching the firefight. He yelled in alarm. There are people over there. A lizard man holding a sword rushed toward him. Its eyes were filled with killing intent as it swung its sword at IU Damn Duck. He panicked, not knowing where to run. Just then, the system panel appeared. Activating skill, combat focus. A stream of power flowed from Iu Damduck's eyes. The power enveloped the sword, stopping it in its tracks before it could stab him. The power caused everything before Iu Damduck's eyes to move in slow motion. Just as the tip of the sword appeared right before his eyes, Iu Damduck reached out and caught it with ease. He looked at his hand, which was tightly gripping the blade, and was stunned. What the? Iu Damduck held his wrist, looking back and forth between the sword and his hand. His jaw dropped in amazement. I caught that thing. What the hell? Iu Damduck spotted something on the other side. A lizard man was about to charge at the man from before. Seeing that the man was in pain and hadn't noticed the approaching lizard man, he quickly shouted, "Sir, look out." Iu Damduck gritted his teeth and rushed out, constantly shouting, "Sir." The military on the side was also watching the area. His footsteps were swift, as if gliding over the road. Damn it! Iu Damduck recklessly charged forward and tackled the lizard man. Wait, don't shoot. A soldier urgently reported over the radio. There's a civilian right in front of us. The soldier next to him couldn't help but wonder, is that person a hunter? They watched Iu Damduck, surrounded by the lizard men, confused by his reckless action. Even if he is a hunter, he just charged in there without any weapons? Surrounded, he trembled like a leaf, his face pale as a ghost. Only now did Iu Damduck belatedly realize, I was so angry I acted like an idiot. What do I do now? Just as a lizard man lunged to slash him, its mouth wide open, a long tongue lolling out, Iu Damduck cowered in fear. He shrieked, begging, "Whoa, I'm sorry." The system notification appeared to save the day. Talent has been activated. Combat Focus A. His body suddenly felt light, slowly floating up. Iu Damduck was still dazed, not understanding what was happening. A lizard man charged from behind, not giving up on its intention to stab him. Iu Damduck's body instinctively dodged, surprising him. What was that? Is that the skill, Combat Focus? It feels like I've drunk a dozen cups of coffee. Iu Damduck's eyes lit up. I can clearly see their every move. He shouted with apparent joy. That means Iu Damduck shot off like a rocket without hesitation. As fast as lightning, Iu Damduck clenched his fist and attacked the lizard man. Suddenly, his hand became strange. The system turned red. Every punch aimed for the lizardman's vital points. Iu Damduck casually threw it, sending it flying more than a kilometer away. He was astonished to see his hand surrounded by an energy. It's working. Iu Damduck was confident as he saw two lizard men charge at him at the same time. Okay, 2 more to go. The lizard man charged, its eyes filled with murderous intent, accompanied by a piercing shriek. Iu Damduck casually ducked, avoiding its sword. He glanced up, widening his stance to gain momentum. Iu Damduck spun around and kicked the lizard man straight in the face. A long-haired lizard man was already menacingly positioned. Behind him, the creepy sound of its sword scraping along the ground was enough to give anyone goosebumps. He glanced down and saw it aggressively dragging the sword in its hand. The lizard man swung its arm forcefully, trying to slash Iu Damduck. It looked up and growled angrily. He did a flip over its head as if to taunt it. Then Iu Damduck put all his strength into a kick straight down on the lizardman's head, causing it to faceplant into the road. The soldiers who saw this were dumbfounded. Their eyes were fixed on him, unable to believe it. The soldier asked the one next to him, as if afraid he was seeing things. Did that young man just defeat those lizard men with his bare hands? The soldier next to him watched as he stood amidst the lizard men, stammering, unable to form a complete sentence. I think so. A long-haired man approached from out of nowhere, startling the soldiers. He called out loudly towards Iu Damduck, "Hey, you over there? What guild are you from?" The man calmly approached him. Behind him were 2 masked figures in black cloaks. "You're a new face, but you're pretty good." The man held out his hand to introduce himself. "I am Nam Gungduck from the Sandgun Guild." Gungduck persisted, asking, "It's impossible for someone from a guild to come here alone. Are you a solo hunter?" Iu Damduck reached out to shake his hand, answering evasively, yes, I guess you could say that. He gestured behind him and then asked for his opinion. "We came here to clear this dungeon, so do you want to come with us?" Iu Damduck jumped in fright upon hearing that word. Dungeon. He looked at the spatial gate in front of him and then realized the problem. That's right, I'm not a normal person anymore. Iu Damduck looked towards the nearby hospital. The monsters will keep coming out if we don't stop them here. His hand trembled. Finally, Iu Damduck clenched his fist in determination. Fine, it's nothing. His face was filled with resolve. Let's go. The group walked to a dark tunnel. Iu Damduck reached out and touched the tunnel entrance. He turned back and looked cautiously at the group. This way. Gung Duck glanced, signaling to the man behind him. Ayu Dam Duck had noticed the knife the man was secretly holding. I'm glad I still have memories of this place. Of course I do, since I've been in and out of here thousands of times. Ayu Dam Duck hesitantly called out to him. Wait a minute. Gung Duck tilted his head and asked him, what is it? He seriously made a proposal. From here until we get out, I'll be the one in the lead. Hearing this, one of the hunters in the group flared up. What? How dare you? Look here, Mr. Solo Hunter, I don't know where you came from, but we have orders from the government, understand? Ayu Dam Duck ignored the man's words and turned to explain to Gung Duck, there will be pits and traps from here on. That's why I'm telling you. He crossed his arms and laughed confidently. Thanks for the concern, but our elite team has already cleared the way. Ayu Dam Duck picked up a stone, his words seemingly nonchalant. Oh, really? He casually threw the stone into the tunnel. It collided with something. Something shot up from the ground, shattering the stone. The group was stunned to see this. Ayu Dam Duck looked at the protruding blades and said calmly, we can be sure that your elite team has never been down this path. He pointed to a sigil on the ground and explained this trap is activated by compression. The spears are also made of a special alloy, which means they'll pierce through any piece of armor like it's foam. It's simple, but more deadly than you think. Gung Duck rubbed his chin, puzzled. But how do you know this? Ayu Dam Duck froze for 5 seconds. All right, if I tell them I helped build this dungeon, I don't think I'll be safe. He didn't dare turn around, sweat pouring down his face. Ayu Dam Duck's mind was working at full capacity. Ahem, haha, I think you can just think of it as a personal secret. He gestured for the group behind him to proceed. He took cautious steps. Gung Duck was curious when he saw Ayu Dam Duck walk towards the wall to get a torch. What's wrong? He turned back and warned, it's going to be more dangerous from here. Ayu Dam Duck held the torch and led the way. Suddenly, something made Gung Duck and his men gasp. Everyone. He raised the torch high, revealing a giant door with a spider carved on it. Ayu Dam Duck warned, you'd better protect yourselves. A foot crushed a spider, and along with it came a curse. Die, you damn spider. The hunter lifted his leg to look, his face scrunched up like dog crap. Damn it, it's all over my leg. The man standing next to him was restless. Hey, at this rate, are we all going to turn into barbecue? He immediately turned and scolded. Were you asleep during the briefing? These spider webs are strung up everywhere, forming a network that's also a trap. The easiest way is to burn them all. The two huddled together, whispering. But those were the words that came out of that guy's mouth. Can we really trust him? He could be a spy from another guild trying to obstruct our attack on this dungeon. Ayu Dam Duck, walking ahead, was exasperated. I can hear everything, you know? His expression became serious as he looked. Inside was a room crisscrossed with spider webs. This is the room. This is where I placed countless boxes full of spider eggs. Ayu Dam Duck lit a fire and smiled sinisterly. I know all the spiders' hiding places, but there's no need to waste effort like that. I'll turn them all into roasted spiders. I'll be handsomely rewarded for working hard instead of being lazy. The support member suggested a plan. He slowly brought the torch closer to the webs. They must have spun webs all over the place. Now then, let's burn this place down and move on. The system notification popped up again. Skill, combat focus, has been activated. A person wrapped in spider webs tried to call for help. Is anyone here? The voice was a faint whisper, as if on the verge of death. Help! Help me! His eyes lit up. It seemed he had heard the cry for help. Ayu Dam Duck put a hand on the black cloaked man's shoulder to stop him. Wait. His eyes flashed as he carefully observed his surroundings. I don't think we should use fire. There's someone in here. Gung Duck clasped his hands behind his back and instructed the men in black. There are signs of life inside the stone rooms. The current priority is to rescue the survivors. He spoke in a stern voice, arranging the formation. When we enter, form a defensive formation. We don't know their exact location, so we need to limit the use of wide area attacks. Also, Gung Duck's eyes flicked over to Ayu Dam Duck, full of scrutiny. I don't know what method he's using, but that young man seems to know the location of the survivors. The support team will follow his lead. Hearing this, Ayu Dam Duck's eyes widened and his jaw dropped. You suddenly want me to be the commander? I've never been in this position before. While the men in black were whispering amongst themselves, a strange girl appeared. He raised his hand, wanting to negotiate. Wait a minute, but a voice cut in. Mr. Ayu Dam Duck. Ayu Dam Duck looked behind him to see who it was. The mysterious girl approached, holding out her hand to shake his. Thanks to you, we were able to get through those traps safely. Please continue to lead us. Seeing the hand still hovering in midair, Ayu Dam Duck was still a bit hesitant. He shook her hand. Let's work well together. But honestly, before he could finish his sentence, the mysterious girl cut him off. Don't worry too much. You damn duck didn't quite understand what she meant. What? The mysterious girl added. Commander, you just have to give us the location of the survivors. The rest is the support team's job. It's much simpler that way. You damn duck scratched his neck, a little uncertain. Yes, but is it really that simple? She reassured him again. Yes, very simple. Seeing that the mysterious girl still hadn't let go of his hand, he shyly reminded her. Could you let go of my hand first? She ignored You damn duck's words and asked another question. You don't use a weapon? He was confused as to why she would ask that question. A weapon? I've never used one before. Why do you ask all of a sudden? The mysterious girl said another strange thing. It was a classic case of talking at cross purposes. I understand. She brushed You damn duck's hand away and arrogantly turned her back. It would be much wiser to carry one or two swords. The girl pulled her hood down low, her deep blue eyes looking at him. Well, I'm leaving now. You damn duck politely replied on the surface. Yes, but in his mind he was still dazed, not understanding what was happening. What was that? This girl just said a few words and left immediately. He placed a hand on his chin, thinking with a dazed expression. Did I reveal myself before? He looked around and saw everyone was still arranging their formation. Now, everyone get in position. We're preparing to advance. But there was no sign of the mysterious girl anywhere. She had vanished. A foot stepped inside. Everyone was in a defensive stance, cautiously observing their surroundings. Just as everything fell silent, one of the support team members innocently remarked, "It's a little too quiet, isn't it? Making You damn duck jump in fright." Gung Duck turned back to remind him, "Shoo, don't let your guard down and hold your position." Suddenly, he yelled out, "Above us." He too was startled and looked up. Giant, bright red spiders were lunging down. What are those? Why are they so big? It swung its claw at a support member, making him almost wet his pants. Save me. Gung Duck quickly drew his weapon. To fight. Without another word, he rushed forward and delivered a slash to the spider. Then he commanded the entire team in a stern voice. Don't get agitated. Continue according to the plan. While Gung Duck was directing everyone to fight the monsters, switching to a defensive formation. Be careful of their paralyzing venom. You damn duck took the opportunity to lead the support team away. Support team, this way. His eyes flashed. A stream of blue light poured out of You damn duck's eyes. The stream of light went into a dark path, as if to guide them. He looked in that direction and was surprised. You damn duck saw people suspended in the air and shouted to announce. Found them. Over there. Those people were wrapped so tightly in spider silk they couldn't breathe. Found the survivors. Over here, a knife slowly cut through the layer of spider silk. A support member caught the man who had just been rescued. Are you okay? Hang in there for a moment. He couldn't answer. The only reply was a groan. Suddenly, a swarm of giant spiders flooded in. Damn it, since when were they? You damn duck, carrying a person in black on his back, said to those behind him. I know where the safe zone is this way. Gung Duck, who was fighting, also stopped to glance over. Honestly, I'm quite suspicious. Then he directly split an approaching spider in two. Gung Duck quietly observed him from a distance. He knows the structure and passages of the dungeon, and even the location of the survivors. He saw You damn duck guiding the support team. There are survivors over there too. A bit of suspicion grew in Gung Duck's heart. That's something I've never heard of before. A support member holding a piece of paper commanded everyone around. There are injured people here. Evacuate the victims from here. Seeing Gung Duck approaching with his axe, the support member immediately reported. Guildmaster, all the victims are safe. We have a few injured, but overall, the losses we suffered are very small. He chuckled in praise. We've had a very good start. Maintain this performance and continue with those who can still fight. Tell everyone that and have them rest for a bit. Then Gung Duck turned back to You damn duck. Also, I have a few questions for you. He stiffened and pointed at himself to make sure. Are you talking to me? Two support members in the back saw this scene and began to whisper. One of them hissed resentfully. You damn duck walked over step by step, looking at the two people lying on the floor. He listed the injured, with 2 police officers and the rest being ESA hunters. There were a total of 10 people trapped here, and a few of them were members of our team. Gung Duck looked at him and laughed heartily. He didn't hold back his praise. If it weren't for you, we would have been toast. You damn duck scratched his head and laughed shyly. It's no problem. Before he could recover, he dropped a critical line. By the way, you truly have an amazing talent. It's as if you built this dungeon yourself. You damn duck froze in his tracks. He gave a forced laugh. That's not it. You damn duck frantically denied it. Build a dungeon myself? I'm not a god or anything. Seeing this, Gung Duck put his hands on his hips and laughed uproariously. I was just kidding. He pointed forward, trying to divert his attention. Now we need to gather our forces and continue. Inside, you damn duck was trembling like a leaf. I thought I was done for. Another giant door appeared, carved with patterns resembling eyes. A support member couldn't help but be curious. What's this? Is this something from the Incan civilization? He immediately denied it. They're from the Goblin civilization. The group stared at the door, and someone's voice rang out with contempt. Huh, just goblins? The support members whispered among themselves. I thought the boss fight was next. What a let. Down. You damn duck stood to one side, silently making a plan. A goblin ambush area. I can't think of a surefire plan, but with combat focus, it should be possible. He spoke up to everyone's surprise. Excuse me, may I go in alone? A support member stepped forward and clapped you damn duck on the shoulder with a look of contempt. Ha, kid, you're getting too excited just because the guild master praised you a little. If it's goblins, we've handled tons of them before. No need to worry. If you're scared, just sit outside. Gung Duck also disagreed with his idea. I can't let you go in there alone. Either. You damn duck immediately offered another idea. Then there's no other way. If so, you must follow my orders while we're inside. He finally agreed with him. It seems you have a plan. All right then. The two were engrossed in their planning, unaware that two support members were staring at them. One of them was so angry he was grinding his teeth. I wanted to use this chance to get the guild master's attention, but because of some nobody, I can't shine. He was green with envy, dead set on obstructing him. I can't let him take all the spotlight. With that thought, he grabbed his staff and said to those around him, "Let's go." The group slowly advanced inside. Seeing that it was completely empty inside, voices of confusion rang out. What? There's nothing here, just an empty hallway? You damn duck gestured to those behind him. Shoo, keep your voices down. His heart was filled with vigilance. I feel something in here. One of them smirked. This was followed by a cackle and a mocking tone. Oh, really? But there's clearly nothing here. Or is it a giant cockroach or something like that? Another person also chimed in, if goblins appear, we'll protect you. You just need to walk beside us. As soon as the words were spoken, a strong gust of wind blew through, extinguishing all the torches. A group of people clamored in chaos. What the? Turn on the lights. You damn duck hurriedly stopped them. Wait, you shouldn't turn them on. A support member turned and scolded. Nonsense. We need to see clearly to be able to fight, right? How can a self-proclaimed hunter be afraid of a bunch of goblins? He turned on a light while cursing. You cowards can step back. You damn duck could only stand there with his mouth agape, unable to say a word. After a few seconds to recover, you damn duck shouted a warning to everyone. Everyone get down quickly. Gung Duck also quickly got down as he said, leaving only the two idiots from before standing there holding lights like statues. The white-haired one thought to himself, suddenly I'm feeling a bit scared. He tried to encourage himself. It's probably nothing, right? The white-haired one then urged the person in front, keep going, what are you doing? The person in front turned back, trembling, unable to speak a word, his body riddled with countless arrows. Thousands more arrows shot out, piercing straight through him. Gung Duck and a white-haired man could only stare with their mouths agape in shock. The light shone directly on his face, and the white-haired man could only scream. An uproar rang out again. What the hell? Where did that come from? An ambush? I can't see anything. Gung Duck shouted a warning. Everyone, don't move. Everyone immediately held their positions, not daring to move an inch. He turned back and asked you damn duck in a low voice, is this why you told us not to turn on the lights? He replied softly, yes, if they see the light, they'll attack that spot immediately. Gung Duck was still puzzled, but it's strange. When we entered, and even now, they must have heard us, but why didn't they act? You damn duck's eyes were fixed ahead, they're toying with their prey. From a dark corner, a goblin peeked out with a wicked grin. They want to savor our terror from the darkness. Gung Duck observed carefully, then planned with him. Even so, we can't counterattack if we can't see anything. We'll have to take some losses to get a chance. You damn duck immediately proposed an idea. What if we could fight without seeing? Gung Duck seemed not to believe his words. What? Is that possible? In response, he answered firmly yes. You damn duck took on the task himself. Just leave it to me. He slowly stood up, his hands in his pockets, looking incredibly cool. You damn duck stepped forward, comforting everyone. I know everyone is worried and can't see anything. I will do this no matter what. The support member also listened to you damn duck's words and followed them. He covered his mouth tightly, sweat dripping with every word of his instruction, until I give a signal. Don't move or make a sound. You damn duck closed his eyes. He took a deep breath. Focus. Remember that feeling. The system notification appeared again. Skill, combat focus, has been activated. A blue circle surrounded you damn duck. The goblins appeared, peeking curiously. He immediately snapped his eyes open. The support member and Gung Duck looked up in unison. A voice echoed in the darkness. Everyone can turn on the lights and move now. When the lights were turned on, the scene before them was a goblin thrashing in you damn duck's hand, surrounded by a scattering of other goblins. You damn duck squeezed its neck until it went limp. The goblin was thrown down at his feet. Again, the jealous thought of the support member. No way, what is his talent? What kind of trick did he use? Watching you damn duck wipe the sweat from his brow. He was seething with jealousy. If you'd given me a little more time, I could have taken care of them. Why does this guy keep getting in my way? Gung Duck approached him with a surprised look. That was amazing. I've been a hunter my whole life, but I've never seen a hunter like you. You damn duck just laughed shyly to brush it off. I was just lucky. Well then, shall we continue? On the outside, he said that, but inside you damn duck was also surprised with himself. I didn't know I could fight like that. Everyone looked up at a massive door with a bull's head attached to it. We're here, Gung Duck surmised. So this is, he continued. Yes, this is the end of the labyrinth. Gung Duck looked up behind the door. Everyone gathered in front of a giant door with a bull's head mounted on it, which was the final boss of this dungeon. The giant door slowly creaked open, and rays of light entered the room. Gung Duck glanced around warily. I don't see anything. Maybe it's hiding somewhere. You damn duck looked ahead cautiously. No, it's right in front of us. Flames flickered in the darkness. The large door slowly closed. Up ahead was a bull, its whole body bright red, standing between two torches. It bared its front teeth, a ring in its nostrils, its two eyes glowing red. It was the master of this dungeon. Gung Duck gritted his teeth face to face with the mad bull. The pressure is terrifying. Just as expected, he glanced at the support team. It probably won't attack first. We have time to devise a strategy and grasp the characteristics of this place. The system notification board appeared. Human sacrifice of the Minotaur has begun. Please select 5 sacrifices. He read it for a moment, but didn't understand anything. Human sacrifice. Sacrifices. What does this mean? On the other side, the discussion continued. The combat team will split into 2 groups. You damn duck fell in a deep thought. It seems I'm the only one who sees this. He stroked his chin, calculating various possibilities. Is this some kind of guide? It could be a hint to get through safely, so it's better to share this information. He approached, interrupting the discussion. Excuse me, I have a suggestion. Gung Duck turned his head to look. We're discussing a plan. Can it wait? You damn duck's face was serious, not giving up. This could be information related to the solution for clearing this dungeon. He frowned and asked back, a solution? Are you sure? While the two were talking, the man in black watched the scene and clenched his fists, green with envy. He gritted his teeth, his face red with spite. This bastard, again, taking all the credit that should have been mine. That man in black slunk away, his mind full of schemes. This time I won't just sit back and watch like before. Either. He peeked from behind a pillar, observing the mad bull. The man in black took out the bow he was carrying, thinking arrogantly, only failures need strategies because they take too much time and are afraid of losing. I won't listen to any of your orders. He aimed straight at the bull in front, his mind filled with schemes. I'll show you the power of a marksman's talent. Just one shot, and all the glory will be mine. But after aiming and re-aiming, the man in black still wasn't sure. Damn it, I'll get closer to ensure a hit. He slowly stepped towards the barrier that had been created earlier, not noticing it. A little closer. The man in black flashed a wicked grin. One more step. Gung Duck was lost in thought. You damn duck beside him was startled when he saw the scene. He hurriedly shouted to stop him. No, stop. He gritted his teeth and cursed. It's this bastard again. The foolish man in black still thought he was being clever, like a dog trying to be smarter than a human. I know you're trying to hog all the credit for yourself again. That boss standing there like an idiot is about to be taken down. He hurriedly raised his bow to shoot by me. You damn duck wanted to rush over, but it was too late. That fool had already stepped into the barrier. The system immediately sounded an alarm. You have entered the labyrinth boss's room. The sacrifices will be chosen randomly. The barrier shattered into glass-like pieces that clattered. Down! He stood there stunned. What just happened? His whole body was covered in a layer of blue light. Gungduck turned back and reminded him softly, "Damn duck, your body." He didn't pay attention to his words. You damn duck stared up in a daze. This is... The man in black panicked and cried for help. "What's happening? Someone help me." He saw Gungduck rush in front of him and called out hesitantly, "Guild Master." He angrily cursed, his mouth on a nonstop tirade. "You idiot, do you realize what you've just done?" Seeing the tense situation, You Damn Duck reminded him, "I don't think this is the time to argue about who's right or wrong." The Mad Bull was now sitting menacingly in front of everyone. Its eyes were bloodshot with anger. The Mad Bull roared, its sound seeming to pierce everyone's eardrums. You Damn Duck and Gung Duck had to grit their teeth and endure it. As for that man in black, he was trapped in a pinkish-purple barrier. He sat there dumbfounded for a moment before jumping up and pounding on the barrier, screaming wildly, "What is this? Let me out! Get me out of here!" Every step the Mad Bull took caused the floor to sink. Gung Duck was somewhat panicked when he saw this sight. He didn't have to wait long. It sent Gung Duck flying a whole kilometer with one hit. He scrambled to get up, drew the axe from his body, and commanded, "Spread out the formation. Don't panic. Everyone stay calm." Gung Duck directed while brandishing his two axes for the support team. "We need to proceed with the current troop strategy. Choose your positions while I distract it." The Mad Bull raised its hand to strike down, but Gung Duck quickly dodged. Just as it was smashing its axe into the empty ground, he took the opportunity to rush in and parry.